Hey guys, good evening. Just give me one moment. Okay, everything is set. Hi Adi, hi Vani. Good evening. And I hope all of you had a great long weekend. Hi Akshit. Hi Nisa. And I was a little late, so sorry about that. Again, I hope you all had a good weekend with your family. And last couple of days in the market, or especially last couple of weeks, were really good if you were long on the semiconductors. So I hope you all made good money on that, because those were like really exceptional moves, especially on the AI related stocks. All right, so let's start with hi Misi, hi Pradeep, hi Raman, with the scans. I'm going to run the scans. I'll start with my inside day scan, and I want to do at least 20. Let's see, inside day, we have Google, NVIDIA, Roblox, Google, NVIDIA. Let's go here and see. Google is inside day. NVIDIA, wow, after the earnings, it has moved really good. Inside day. And Roblox is inside day. Snow is also inside day. Snow is also inside day. And Snow has what you call a conference this week. So keep an eye on Snow. AVGO has earnings this week. So keep an eye on AVGO. UNH and DDox, UNH has an inside day. AVGO has a massive move. So I want to just see AVGO. Netflix also had a move, did 380 perfectly. Now also did 534. Apple is holding. AMD did like blasted. AMD Meta did a perfect job. So let's see how they are in respect of chart setups right now. Let's cancel this. Let's check any bullish candle patterns over the. I do not get hammer morning star morning doji, sir. Let's look at any bearish candle patterns if there are. None. Let's look at 1234 scan on the last, let's say on the day. IBM, Docu, and Twilio. They are interesting. Okay. Anything which crossed negative. 34 cross 12. None. Okay, not much. In the inside day, I just want to try week comparison. So Apple, ABNB, Roblox. So Apple is inside week. I do not have Airbnb. Caterpillar, do I have Caterpillar? No. All right, guys. Hi Raghu, hi Srini, hi Sunny. Thanks for joining in late. My apologies, I'm running a little late today. So let's try to finish this as quickly as possible. and get on to our sleep. All right, so let's look at the charts for ES now first. Timings. I'm starting from a weekly candle first, and then we'll go to the daily time frame. So in the weekly candle, we have seen a gigantic move on Nasdaq. Uh, Adi, I did give Marvel at 40 in the group, and I clearly mentioned it. It was uh, there. Now it's 66. There's nothing to be checked at this time when it is almost 50% up. SSR L Lal Jai Ho. I'll share like script. I've shared the script multiple times. If you search on my Twitter, you will find it. Hi Bruno, I'm feeling better. Thank you very much. So guys, I'll try to be a little quick here because I've started a little late. So if we see this, like everybody's talking about the megaphone and everything. Yes, we are going like this. We are holding the base and we are going upwards. And right now we are facing resistance. And this is exactly the same level of resistance which we find last time, right here when we made the 52-week high on ES in the weekly basis in October 43.27. So this was an evening star which was set up. So once we clear this area, I would call this as a bull market. As of now, it is, yes, going up. I will not call this the bear market rally because bear market rally does not stay like this for this period of time. But if we can clear this, that will be the bull market for me. Okay, so 4325 is your number. If we can cross it, hold it, it's a it's a bull market, brand new bull market, and we'll see how much more it has. Right now, we are at the top. We might have a dodgy week this particular week because we have debt ceiling issue. Debt ceiling was kind of agreed upon, but we should not forget debt ceiling needs to be approved by the Congress, where we have 213 from the Democrats. Some of them do not agree, and we need to have Republicans. So 222. We need to have at least 50% majority to pass this. That's not difficult, but unless and until there's a whip which is issued, there will be certain possibilities. Also, everything positive which needs to be considered regarding the politics and the market is out there. So I'm not saying that there's a threshold on the upside, but the upside catalysts are now limited. Okay. And now we are at a stage where if we lose this trend line, see, we are moving up on the trend line. Okay. But the moment we lose this trend line, that will be the biggest trigger on the downside. 4195. 41195 is the biggest single catalyst for me. If we lose that, it is a failed breakout. All right. In terms of weekly candle, in terms of daily candle, you will see that we did break out above this high. We did a new high right here. And right now we are consolidating around this area. If we make a base here, like there's no gap on the ES at all. If we make the base here, because we are consolidating in this range of 4220 to 4230 since Sunday evening. From Sunday to this time period, we have good number of futures transactions which have happened. So this area has a good basing area. Now, if we break out from the base, then we can continue our journey up. towards 4260. If we lose from this area, we will come and test our important trend line area 4193. 4193 is the make or break, because this is the trend line. If we lose 4193, then it becomes very difficult, because now we do not have any more catalyst. Nvidia is pushing higher all the AI stocks, but all the other AI stocks have to deliver. Everybody is promising, but how many of them will deliver? Nobody knows that. Nvidia has delivered. So if AI has to be pushed, that will be through Nvidia. You can try other companies like AI. They have earnings this week, and there was a good massive option flow on 35-50 calls. You can try that. Again, like option flow is option flow. That's a speculative bet on a very short term. Yes, you can try that. I don't mind. But as of now, if market tends to reverse, the reverse gear will be really, really bad. All right. So let's keep an eye on the ES. Again, ES is still not super strong. It is going up, but there's no strength in this compared to if you look at NASDAQ. Look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ strength is also going up. And NASDAQ strength is really, really strong. Right now it's 24. So there's no harm in saying that yes, NASDAQ is in a bull run. And where did it stop right now, NASDAQ? NASDAQ was rallying and it got halted right at this Fibonacci. 14,436. The top was 14,460 and we were not able to cross this area. If we make a doji, like just remember, Sunday's candle and tomorrow's candle on ES will be one candle. It will not be two candles. So do not get confused by that. It was a half session, so it will be a part of this week's session. Now, in case we lose it, see, the long-term trend line on NASDAQ is far away from ES, from NQ, which means it is at a certain strength. On the contrary, in ES, it is very near to this long-term trend line, which is the black dotted line. So black dotted line is the main directional strength for ES and NQ. So NQ, it's really solid. NQ is backed up by the DMI, which is showing extremely good positivity on NQ. So I will not be shorting NQ, but if there's a dip on NQ, I'll be looking to buy that. On ES, ES is weak, Dow Jones is weak, and Russell is weak. So three main indexes are weak outside of NASDAQ. So overall market breadth is not so good. The yields are going higher. So all we need to do is we need to trade level to level. All right. So just be mindful of that. Do not try to trade in haste. If you missed out, it's fine. You'll find another opportunity. If you are in a good position, make sure you book your profit. Do not think that, yes, this market is going to go up daily. Yes, that has happened in the last 2 days, but there's a lot of stock specific action which is happening. So I'll recommend to be in line with that. In terms of shorting scenarios, Friday high was 42.20, and since Sunday evening that 42.20 has been defended, and there is a complete gap fill. So this should act as a base, and we are holding this pattern for a really, really good support. So ES is positive. Stop loss is now 42.20. You can buy if you want to buy near 42.20, 324. Very small stop loss, or it's better if it drops, because Friday we had a one-sided massive move. So if it comes to 4193, that's a good area to go long with a stop loss of 4180. Okay. In case I have to go short, I will not short unless until I lose 4195. Okay. So if I have to short, I will try 4195 and then short. My areas in this case will be 4150 and 4110. There's a high possibility if we lose 4195 and sustain, we might trigger. In this case, aiming for 61.8 Fibonacci, we are looking for 61.8 Fibonacci still, which is 4280. We are holding well above this area, breakout area. So I would say 4210 is a good stop loss. Let's make it 4210 round figure. In this case, we crossed and we did 42.43. So that's 42.43.25, 42.60 to 42.80. Okay, and let's go to the market watch. ES has one daily flat base, which is one. Nasdaq has three. In the last half an hour, 15 minutes, it's showing two negatives. So first flat base above aping. Yep, it is good. Looking good in terms of level. 60% positive. Also, let me mention, loss of 4195 will lead to aggressive decline. On ES. NQ was 70%. So we are almost there. Like it crossed all my ranges on NQ. So let's go back and see where we are in terms of NQ. And remember when we talked about when we crossed 13,600, this was the area, 13,548. There was no issue until it goes to 14,400. And that's what is right there. So the Fibonacci's are always giving you an idea. Just keep in mind that, yes, they're really, really good. Now, if you want to short, practically you should short here at this point if you want to. But this is a bull market on the NQ and NQ is doing really good. So I'm going to keep a very tight stop loss of 13,350, 14,350. 14,350. That's my stop loss. Buy near 14,375. And resistance is 436, 14,435. And then it's 14,500. I'm reducing it to 60%. It's 3 flat base. And it hit 61 and resistance of 78. Facing, I think this will facing resistance of long-term resistance, long-term regression channel line and 78.6% Fibonacci. So keep a very small stop loss on NQ. If we lose, we can lose it very quickly. So in this case, from neutral, I'm reducing it to short on ES. Same, I am moving towards short on NQ as well. On short side, 14,350 is the stop loss. Again, 14,350 is a stop loss, but it was like one directional move on Friday. If we feel a rug pull or if we feel that, yes, there could be an easy cool off consolidation, that is very much possible tomorrow. But my concerning point is that three pieces of the US market, Dow Jones, SPX, and IWM, people like use RUT, Russell for that. If they are weak and only Nasdaq is strong, how long Nasdaq can maintain? Okay, so Nasdaq is still the best of them, but we still need to be taken into account that yes, after a big massive move of almost 1,000 points, Nasdaq needs some cool off. So that cool off is a good support of 14,120. So 14,200, if it goes down, 14,200 and 14,120. These are possibly good support areas. And you can sell below 14,325. Small trades on NQ, not aggressive trades. Aggressive trades will be on ES. Triple Q. And again, I'm saying the DMI on NQ is super. Even if you look at the weekly candles, it's hitting right there. So we had back to back from 13,000 in 2 weeks, we have moved 1,000 points, which is remarkable. So we are struggling right at that area of 78 Fibonacci. That's why I'm a little reluctant to give it 70%. If it comes to 61, that will be a wonderful area to go long. 61 is 14,120 area. Triple Q, same thing, exactly same. It hit the top here on Triple Q 349, and it is facing the resistance of 351. Everything is fine. It's the good support is a 321, which is like far away on the weekly candle. On the daily candle, same thing. DMI is super strong. It's hitting right there. Unless we cross 350, 351, I think 351 will give you a clear direction. If you go above 351, 349 will be a good stop loss. So it's positive 349.5, which is the high. Yeah, buy above 351.50, which is the 75%, 78.6 Fibonacci. Once we cross this, I see like usually once you cross 78, you should hit 100%. 78 is one level of resistance, but it's not that strong. So that's why we're aiming, if we can cross this, we should hit 361. Yes, 361.55. In between, let me see, there's a level in the previous Fibonacci level, 358.35. 358.35, 361.5, giving it 60%. If we get rejected, I'm keeping 314 and 50 as a stop loss because this was the top on Friday. I would love to sell this below 348.40. Why I'm saying so? 348.40 was the rejection of this long-term resistance line. If we lose it, we should find support right there at 61, which is 344. 344 is a good support area. And after that, we should find the support of that 12 EMA, which is 334.35. Same thing, buying on dip is a good area. Now, in terms of Heikin-Ishi, let's change the style. And it's 1 and 2. It's 2 candle flat base. Aiming for 78.6. The Nasdaq is still buying on dips. ES is not. So in case market gives you an opportunity and stocks like AMD, Nvidia, Netflix, Microsoft, if they cool off, that's a good opportunity to go long in them. Apple. Apple has been showing some resistance to cross 175, 176 area, but I think it has back tested 12 EMA to the max on the weekly candle as well. You see, it's inside week. So usually inside week is triggered by a good move. Now, the DMI is also showing me solid green. So that's a positive. So I think the stop loss should be right here, 175. If market wants to go higher, I think Apple should perform at this time. Apple is positive by above 175-ish. I think 180 is right there. So it's inside week. Inside week, back tested the breakout area. Now it is ready to move. And then the last 2 days, Microsoft has moved, but not Apple. So it's time for Apple to move. AMD. AMD went beyond my expectations. I was looking at 116, but there's a massive gap which is created by AMD. This gap. And again, above 38, it should hit 61% Fibonacci. 51% is a little weaker. And it's a breakout from a massive, massive period. Last time it was rejecting from this area, 124-ish. 61 was the previous Fibonacci as well, 130. Okay, so 61.8 Fibonacci will act as a serious resistance to this. If we can get back to 118, I think that will be a wonderful area to go long. So in case of AMD, AMD is like doing a really good move in the last few days. Let us also check if we have any flow for AMD going into the next week, because there's a good move on AMD these days. So I'm just going to check AMD, and I use black box for my flows. So AMD 130 calls, let's look at them. So 130 calls were mostly like it added a 125, 126. The price is going up. The price of the option is also going up, but not substantially. So keep an eye. 130 is not a great setup, but 125 puts. 125 puts came in the last minute, and they came in of 500,000. So 2,000 and 2,043. Let's see if we have that open interest. No, it's not shown the open interest yet. Keep an eye on this. If it is holding 125, then AMD will aim for 130. If it loses AMD 125, I think then it's a really big move downside on AMD. So in our case, AMD stop loss is 125. Targeted area, again, this is a big dollar amount. So, and this is for this week, which is a short week. So really handy information. 616, 165 call, which is an all-time high. 140 calls. 140 calls are there. A lot of them in 146 too. Not sure, like tomorrow, I think 130 is the first trigger. If we hold 124, I think that's a really, really good. And I want to buy if it cools off 126, 127 area. If it cools off, I'll be buying that. And my aim is 130, 138. And in case market goes back, I would love to add AMD near 118. AMD at 118 will be the best. Because all the stocks which are in this momentum, they are holding their gaps. So 118 should be a really, really good gap. Amazon finally started to move. I was abusing Amazon on Thursday, and finally it moved. And it closed right on my resistance of 100%, 120-ish area. I think that will be a new trigger if we can break above from this. And let me just check Amazon flow as well. I want to see anything which is solid. These are spreads in millions. So they are in the money playing for delta. So I'll not go into that. This is weird. 200 lots for 120. That's something a little weird. Let's look at only yellows and remove the multi-leg. So 1, 5, 26, 23, 23. No, not a good flow on Amazon. So Amazon is at 100 area. It almost tested this area of 121.32, which is a perfect retracement from where it started. Now there was a gap, which is right there. Let me show you the gap. The gap is right there. If that gap is filled, I think then Amazon can continue. So I am aiming for that gap fill on Amazon. My stop loss is the low is 125. I think 125 should be aimed on Amazon. 125.50. That is the gap fill. 124.71, 123-ish, 123.60. And Amazon is the one which was not behaving until Friday. So it started that move. And for Amazon, I would love to go long if it comes near 119, because that was the area where it has found the resistance previously. So it broke out. A back test will be really amazing. So the high here was 118.60. That should be a good stop loss. 118.60. If we can see a buy near 120-ish area, 120, that's a good area. Boeing, I think Boeing is also consolidating, and it's like, it's a bull flag on a very long term. It's exactly similar to Costco. Costco, even after the numbers, like everybody expected, the numbers are bad and everything, it still bounced off. Same thing is happening here. The base is holding. I think this week is the week where it is going to break out for Boeing. I think it has seen enough. Maybe there's a news, maybe something is due, which will come and which will break this out. Stop loss is well defined 203 now. Let it cross 205 and let's go long on Boeing. 205. Stop loss is 2350. And Boeing is due for a move. So keep an eye. See, if all the index have to go up, then NASDAQ will remain in a range and it will allow all the other cyclicals to move. The banks, the industrials, the retail, all those companies have to move slowly so that the market breadth gets better. So I'm going to keep Boeing as my area for breakout. And that's back tested 12 and 34. So a perfect setup. Google did not move on Friday. So I think with Apple, it is ready for Monday. It will move and it will keep on moving. That's what my thought is. I look for 134 on Google. Yeah, 134 and 130 and 134 with 122 as my stop loss, 122.50. So 122.50, buy near 124.25. It's an inside day as well. And Tuesday could be Google's day. Whether it opens strong or it runs throughout the day, I don't know, but it is one of my setups. Same thing with Meta. I mentioned Meta in my Telegram community Friday afternoon that 258 area is a good area for Meta, and it is coming for 268, 275 now. You can see those levels right here. 268, 279, 273. It is going to hit that, and that is the area where it will hit the top of this regression channel as well. This is weekly candle. If you look them into the daily candle, you will see the same levels, but with a larger range. 268, 270. There's no resistance whatsoever. Akshit, you can search that on internet. It's very simple. So Meta is really, really good. Aiming for 268, 273. Friday it was holding 256, 50. I would take this purple line as my stop loss. This purple line. So tomorrow it will open right here. 259 is my stop loss. Buy near 261. Again, buy the dip. If it comes to 258, 256, that's another area. Microsoft. So Microsoft finally broke out and it's able to cover this area. Now 338, it's coming out of my regression channel as well. But it's just near to its all-time highs. NVIDIA did that. So I think 327, 328 is an excellent stop loss for 328 is an excellent stop loss. Buy near 331, 332. Target is 338.5 and then 341.51. That's Microsoft level. Again, all these stocks are really solid on DMI and everything. That's I'm not even going there. They're really solid. You can see the greens over there. So they are really, really solid. Maybe overbought a little, but right now everything which is related to AI is getting a substantial move. Netflix. So Netflix, Friday, we were so unlucky. We boarded Netflix and then could not clear it. It came all the way and back tested the 12 EMA perfectly. I entered right here, exited right there, 361. And I regret because I was also waiting for that the back test of 61 or 12. If it does, it will do a massive move. Now that move is there. Do we have a follow-up tomorrow? We'll see. But 376.77 is an excellent stop loss. 3894 is now a good 394, 388 and 394 are the good resistances. So Netflix is 388, 394. And it's right there. So again, if gets to 368.50, that was the resistance zone, act buy near it. $380, stop loss is 377.50. Possible, Javed, that's possible. ServiceNow, AVGO and ServiceNow really, really moved higher in the last 2 days, really moved higher. But it's kind of making a hammer on the top, which I really don't like. And if something has to give up, this moved in conjunction with NVIDIA, ServiceNow. I think if market starts to lose, ServiceNow can give up very quickly, very, very quickly. It's well away from its EMA, well away from the trend line. There's a good gap which needs to be filled. So all in all, we need to be watchful on ServiceNow. So ServiceNow is the first short in my list. Sell below 534. Aim for 517.8 and 4, 5 or 6. It is a highly probable trade that now can get busted. ServiceNow is using the technology with AI, but I don't see a big usage of AI or big potential revenue generation of AI in ServiceNow. ServiceNow is a ticketing platform which allows you to raise tickets. But again, let me just check the flow. I did not check the flow for Netflix. So let's click Netflix. 375, 387. Yeah, the calls are right there. The Netflix is good now. Wow, 610 calls were sold. Six-10 calls were sold. And now 537 to 546. After that, nothing happened. So we need to really see. But I think if 610, let's see. I'll just keep in mind. If it crosses now, if it holds 534, then 610 as per the flow. NVIDIA is about to give up a $10 billion offering. It's an inside day, and inside day right at the Fibonacci level of 261. if I have to try long, I would long above this. If I have to go short or see profit booking, that can possible. I would love to go below 378. So if you are long on Nvidia, try buy above 395. 395. Stop loss should be 390. It is the new range. So we need to figure out the new levels. The levels which come are 478. Wow. And this is coming back to my previous regression channel. So I'm going to cut this regression channel to this one. This was my old regression channel. It is making a comeback to hit the line. That's why I never remove my previous drawings at all. So I think 395 above 412, 413, 412, 413. 400 will be a psychological level. So let's aim that. 400, 412.5. It's an inside day. So any breakout is positive. And it's about 395. Sell below 383 for 370. That will be another area for Nvidia. Roblox is inside day, inside week. I think it's getting ready for a move. Roblox, TSM. Yes, it can move with all these companies. I have no doubts. MUTSM. See, the good consolidation is happening in Roblox. It's inside week, inside day. It's holding really beautifully in this area. And whenever we see the inside weeks and that too dodgy, I think it's going to either break out or break down. So let's look at Roblox flow as well. RBLX. Not a significant flow, but there's a massive dark pool which happened. I don't know when. It was not able to cross that dark pool. That dark pool came in come on, dark pool. Dark pool came in on 526, 40.55. And you see the benefit of the dark pool. This is the dark pool. Right here, the dark pool came in and it was not able to cross it. So unless and until it breaks out from here, I think it will struggle. So keep an eye on Roblox. So if Roblox is not able to cross this area, it means the breakdown on the downside is possible. And 40, 50, 35, so I'm keeping neutral. Buy above 40.35, 40.55. That was the dark pool area. If it crosses, aim for 42 and 44. 42 and 44.70. Inside the inside week. Sell below 39.25. And Roblox is neutral. Shopify, after the good moves into the earnings, we have seen the dump, the hammer on the top, and since then we have came down, tested the 70.8.6 Fibonacci, and we are bouncing right from there. So in this case, we are trying to break above the 12 EMA. We are holding this 76% Fibonacci, which is right there. Holding it, did not test. 34 EMA, which is an excellent move. Now, this is an extremely good stop loss. We are making higher high, higher lows. So a break should be really good. But I would see if it can come to 58 and where I will buy Shopify. So Shopify, I'm reducing it to neutral. I want to buy in the dip. 58 stop loss, 56.75. I really want it to come here one more time. A back test of this will be really, really good. NVIDIA ka flow. Let me just check NVIDIA flow as well. NVIDIA 375 puts were sold. Mostly 370, 75 puts were sold. And 380 puts were bought. But not a significant lot. So I'll update on because there was so much on last week's calls. The premium was really high. So I'm not be surprised if the premium will happen on NVIDIA first before it do anything. Snow. I think Snow after the bad earnings has reached an area of 142 where it broke out. This was the good consolidation. Even after the bad earnings is holding that area. I think they have some conference this week. It's an inside day. Ubrina, wait. Abhinav, I've covered Costco yeah, multiple times. You just need to just check the chart. Wait. We are already late. It's 11:30. If I have to try one thing on Snow, I'm reducing it to neutral. It's an inside day. 146 is my stop loss. Buy near 147, 148. I think it has the potential to hit 160 and 165. Tesla is finally coming to a area where it did a massive bullish candle. Good strength, good DMI, broke out of that resistance on the weekly, managed to close above the 12 EMA. So this is really good for me. My stop loss is 192. I want to buy above 195, 194.75, 200, 208. That's positive. Tesla could be a good mover on Monday. UPST, I'm not doing it. We'll find some other stock for UPST. UNH. Let's do Costco in that list. So UNH is getting ready. See, in the weekly price section is so much consolidated here. If you see, it's right like this. So it's going up. If we break 490, that will be a good trigger for inverted head and shoulders on UNH. But it's not moving. It's consolidating more and more. It tried one time, but could not capitalize on it. There are so many dodges here, which clearly shows that there's a change of trend about to happen on UNH. I'll give it a shot above 483. Above 483 now. My target should be 486.60, which is 34 EMA. 493.30. That's United Healthcare. Ankur, wait. I do not trade everything on option flows. You're the very first time you joined this community and just posting all this. So wait. Costco is positive. Costco finally did a massive candle on Friday. And that's the power of these symmetrical triangles. Once they broke out, it's a massive move. Now, if we can come back to 503, that's extremely good area for stop loss, 503. Aim for 512, 521. 60% buy near 505. That's Costco. And let's look at AI. I don't even, yes. So AI last few times had struggled around 30 to 35. That's the 61.8 Fibonacci area. Let me extend to the right. Now, if it breaks or hold 30 to 37, we could actually see 35.75 and 39.90. So 40 can be easily achieved on AI. Let me add AI here. AI is positive. Buy above. You want to buy above? See, when we are buying, one thing which we need to observe, this was a dodgy, right? So if we can manage to buy above this and everything holds above that, which is 33.8 or 34, that will be really good. Buy above 34, stop loss 32.50, target 35.75, 39.90. They have earnings and it does move a lot, but it's a high risk trade. So I really don't know whether it will work out. Because I don't trade AI. Splunk, they had good earnings, but they could not capitalize and came down. And again, it came down to the same area. So it's making a base. It was in a channel, could not break out of the channel. So, Ubrino, I would recommend you to wait for the breakout above the channel. If it crosses the Friday high, only then try a position. Or try a position when it tests 95, 94. Arun, I cannot do everything every time, man. Some things you have to do. I have already covered so many tickers. One thing you can do. Let me just finish because I don't see many. Finish every day there are millions of results. I cannot go and open up every single ticker. So for CRM had a massive gap down from the earnings in the February last year. I think it has potential to do 222. And 222 area is an area where it should find resistance. But earnings are there, so it's very unpredictable. There's no significant. Snow had a massive move down. Uh, I don't know whether the CRM is going to manage it or not, but let's see. Again, yeah, I don't see anybody coming up and showing you a chart. You every time come and ask for all those things. See, the purpose of this is to learn and share. It's not about I keep on speaking. Nobody is paying me for doing all this. All right. I need a collaboration, and collaboration is where you guys come with your charts, discuss charts. I'm not a person who's just going to cover everything you want. You need to do your homework as well, man. And it's for everybody, because every time I request you to come and forward and share your charts, nobody does. And that gives me a level of frustration. So for Marvel, 65 above, it can hit 70, 74. Stop loss 62. All right. Thank you for joining in. I'll